Alright, hi, hello, welcome back. So I know videos have been super slow. I haven't had all the things I need to record. A lot has been happening. So I'm gonna use what I have here, makeshift a video to at least have something to talk to you guys before this year is over. A lot has happened in Mortal Kombat 1. We had Quan Chi. Chameleon still isn't out, I believe. Yeah, Chameleon's still not out. And I made this script that I'm about to say for Aftermath and talking about Aftermath when Ed Boon, of course, announced it. And that was barely when the trailer for Quan Chi was shown to us. I do play the game very actively. I grind Combat League, do all of that stuff. But in terms of content, I've just been unable to make it. And I appreciate you guys for all your support in the time I've been gone. So many people are like, wanting me to come back or, just show genuine support to me and my content, regardless of the fact that I'm not able to do it right now. And things will go back to normal eventually, but that's it for this intro. Just thank you all so much. Thank you to the members. Members content will resume very soon when everything else resumes, and it's happening soon. Like it is, like this video is coming out as like a start kind of thing, right? But yeah, that's it for this intro part. Let's talk about Aftermath and all of that. So Mortal Kombat 1 Aftermath is now confirmed by Ed Boon himself. As for the story within this Aftermath, I'm very excited. With MK1 covering the 3D era games up until Armageddon, but still excluding Onaga, when it came time for that post-credit scene, many people, including myself, expected or hoped for an Onaga tease. This ended up not being the case, of course, and we were instead met with a Titan Havik tease, leaning more into that Titan and timeline conflict introduced with MK11. So we know Titan Havik will have something to do with this expansion, whether that's a minor inclusion towards the beginning and he gets wiped like most NRS era story teases, or a full-on final villain for the expansion. We know he'll be there in some capacity. A threat wanting to conquer timelines for the sake of a higher power is something I would expect. But with who Havik is and his words in the post-credit scene, maybe a battle on the scale of Armageddon or higher is what he wants, opposed to actual timeline domination. We'll see, of course, but even leaving him out of the picture, there is still so much to see sprout from what was planted in MK1. Think about Bihan, his new and improved Lin Kuei, and what he plans to do with them going forward, or Shao and Reiko taming Onaga, planning to release him from Mount Sagan to use for their corrupt order. We also have the Shirai Ryu, Outworld under the rule of Molina, more Shang shenanigans and whatever else. But we do have to temper our expectations, as with the small time frame they have, needing to somehow push the plot forward with an exciting conclusion, several corners will have to be cut, and this often comes in the form of character development being expedited or cut entirely. So we have to prepare for that, and keep in mind that the majority of this story will probably be a new external conflict. But where this leads is the thing I'm most excited for. With them deciding to continue on with Titan level threats, it feels like another timeline reset or something close is inevitable from NRS, and that's honestly a shame. This new timeline has so much potential, so I'm really hoping they don't follow their formula and instead do something new for this expansion. Now, a big part of that is relying on what Ed Boon said when confirming this expansion. And that is a big surprise that will come after it. Assuming the announcement pertains specifically to MK1, I'm hoping it's a new game mode of some sort, new mechanics, conquest, DLC characters, yada yada, right? But there's also a chance they use this next expansion for a big character-driven rising action leading into a cliffhanger, with the surprise being a second story expansion finale. I understand why some wouldn't want this, but I feel there's a ton of potential here. Granted, this is if the announcement pertains to MK1. For all I know, this is an announcement for a Shaolin Monks remaster, or MK vs DC2, or more skins to buy in the shop. We'll see, but as you all know, I love the MK story. I adore these characters, and I hope to see good things in the future with story content. Okay, and that is basically where the script ended. At this time, Quan Chi wasn't even out, and I wanted to talk more about that stuff, but there was less known at that time. So the rest of this is like off dome, talking a bit. In terms of the game, in terms of Aftermath, in terms of all of that, I do have a lot of optimism for it. I feel like in the time we are now in the Mortal Kombat community, people are getting antsy, people are getting either fed up with MK1 or falling super in love with it. And I don't know if that's just me, but I see that a lot, where people are either completely turning on this game now, are really unhappy with the state that it's in, or they're really appreciating it more now than ever, right? And that all depends on what you like in the game, if you like Combat League, if you like the story and stuff like that. Because for someone like me who, this is my first time really getting into Combat League and stuff, I feel like I have so much to do, even though story mode is the main thing I care about. And this expansion for Aftermath, or whatever it's going to be called, I doubt it will actually be called Mortal Kombat 1 Aftermath, but that's the equivalent, right? It's an Aftermath-like expansion. And Titan Havik was something that was interesting enough to get some people excited, also weird enough to get some people completely, giving up on NRS story modes, which is okay. Like, it makes sense. And I just hope that they are able to see all of the eggs in their basket right now and not spread themselves too thin and do things correctly. With every NRS game, they make drastic decisions, they make drastic changes, especially on the story front. And I think the one exception to that is MK11 Aftermath. And I love MK11 Aftermath. There's a huge ending with that. Obviously, Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, that is very valuable in my eyes. I think that was an important battle, and I think people kind of hate on that a little too much. But we have to remember that the Aftermath DLC expansion was essentially going back to the MK11 story and replaying it under different circumstances to make sure the crown stayed intact. And so I wonder if this expansion is going to be similar to that in that vein, where instead of doing crazy stuff, introducing a ton of new crazy stuff, they instead just basically feed off of that first story. MK11 is a bad example because there's like time travel and all that like in that, but with MK1's story expansion, I like to believe and hope to believe that this expansion is going to be just a secondary, of the first story. We just get to see more character development, we get to see a conflict at the end, all of that. I would hate to see they introduce Havik, they introduce this, they introduce that, everything gets put on the sidelines, we don't get to see character interactions. Like, are you telling me I'm going to go into this without seeing maybe Ashra and Syzoth? Fucking Melina and Tanya? Like, these are the things that I want to see. These are the things I want to see more of. And I understand that's not everyone's goal with this, but with the way Mortal Kombat stories have been, you can't even really be super crazy with it with like power scaling and stuff, or like the hype battles, because most of it is always out of whack due to the chapter system. The chapter system really fucks up scaling, really messes up the threats and the stakes of battles and stuff. And I think MK1 is probably the biggest victim of that because of the way the final chapter is, where you don't even really feel like you did that. You don't even really feel like it was part of the story. It was so gimmicky, right? But anyway, I'm completely rambling now. I just have so many thoughts to say with this game that I haven't been able to, say through videos over time. But I'm excited for Aftermath. I'm excited for that surprise. Some people are saying, yeah, Aftermath 2. Some people are saying Injustice 3. Some people are saying Kombat Pack 2. I think that might be the most obvious or the most likely option, because I'm guessing that the Aftermath expansion will come out sometime after Homelander or Takeda, or right around that time, maybe? I don't know. The way that they're doing seasons now, it seems there's like a 2-month season, 1-month season, 2-month season, 1-month season, 2-month season. You see what I'm saying? The first season was super long with invasions and stuff, lasted forever. Then the second one was a bit shorter with Natara season, and now we have the Bihan season, which is lasting 2 months. With this next update, we should get crossplay, we should get a new season from Melina. That's gonna be really exciting. We get Peacemaker as well. So there is stuff coming to the game. There is more to happen. And on the schedule they're going, I do think that an Aftermath expansion will be followed up with the Kombat Pack 2 announcement. I just feel like that could definitely happen. That might be that surprise. But maybe my timeline's completely out of whack. I don't remember exactly how long it was until Aftermath came out for MK11, and then when Kombat Pack 2 was announced for that game. But I appreciate you all for watching. I appreciate your support in a time like this. When I get things ready, when I get things back, I get like a laptop, the things I need, videos will return back to normal. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on Aftermath. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Titan Havik. Let me know your thoughts on everything involving MK1. Also, how are you guys feeling about Kombat League right now? The meta is crazy. At the time I'm recording this, it is December 31st of 2023, the last day of 2023. Fucking Lime Scorpion. I'm still, sticking with my raggedy ass Sub-Zero and Frost for the most part, but I have learned a lot of different characters over time. I've become kind of decent with Kawaii, decent with Raiden, decent with Sindel, and then I was also trying some Kung Lao. Like, I'm trying to do more, right? I'm trying to really do as much as I can with this game, because that's my goal, right? I want to show my love for this game by enjoying the game and sharing that with you guys and all of that. And ladies, gentlemen, and NB beauties, stay safe and stay hydrated, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.